Welcome to the Walla Way. Coach Imran on the Walla. And just wanted to make a quick reflection video, guys. We're on the eve of Game 4 for the NBA Finals 2024. Mavericks are down 0-3. Had a decent Game 2. They didn't get blown out. Had a good Game 3. Gave up a big lead. We're losing by a lot. Came back at that fourth quarter. And ultimately they lost that game. But what's really on my mind is the ego, right? Ego. If you look at Luka, you see almost a refusal to accept what the media and more than likely what the coaching staff have probably been arguing with you about, right? He's been extremely argumentative with the referees. Sometimes those things can come back to bite you. They can be detrimental. Referees are human beings. They also can be vindictive, right? And call ticky-tacky things. But what's interesting is you almost see from Luka this defiance and this inability to change the mindset. So what do I mean? There's that famous clip that a lot of commentators and pundits have already reviewed in Game 3 where, he's not maybe necessarily intentionally trying to take the charge, but could have been a charge, and they call him for a defensive foul, and he fouls out of the game. And the first thing he does is he looks at the bench and the coaching staff, and he says, "You better effing challenge that," as if the bench did something wrong or as the coaching staff did something wrong, right? So you see a lot of this excess of argumentation, arguing with the referees, arguing with your own teammates, and it just makes you wonder, like, does he not understand what's at stake? Does he not understand what's on the line? There's no guarantee that you're ever going to make it back to the NBA Finals, right? There's been a plethora of NBA players who in their prime only made it to one NBA Finals at a young age and probably thought, hey, we're going to be back here soon, right? Even look at the Celtics. Celtics made it there a few years ago, and it took them another 3-4 years to get back. And they had to retool, right? They had to get Drew Holiday. They had to get Porzingis. They had to develop the players that they had on the team. So it's not always an easy feat to make it back to the NBA Finals. And sometimes you have to really be able to absorb the moment and take advantage of the opportunity that has presented itself. These guys have been in Game 2 and Game 3, which they could have won. The other thing that's been a little disappointing is the defensive effort. Now, nobody's ever thought of Luka as his bulwark or this stalwart of NBA defense, right? However, we've seen that in the Western Conference playoffs, he did turn it up a couple of times and really push to make his defensive presence felt on the court. Kyrie as well. Unfortunately, what you've seen here is the complete opposite. You've seen almost worse defensive play than you did from the regular season, right? Where he makes a foul, so on the other end he'll bring the double when necessarily the coaching staff probably did not ask to bring the double, and then he doesn't switch enough. You see on rotations he's really late, really slow, and you just see huge lapses on the defensive side, gambling, sticking your hand out, sticking your body out at the wrong moment, and in some cases not sticking your hand out, not shifting your feet, not rotating over, not switching, and it's at the wrong time again. You see so many times the Boston Celtics are taking advantage of the fact that they have Luka on them. They're looking for the switch, or Luka might be busy complaining to the refs because he thought he got fouled. And these guys, the Celtics, they push the ball, they find the right person, they swing the ball, and they put up the right shot, right? So just wanted to make this quick reflection piece because sometimes your own ego can be your worst enemy. You don't necessarily see the opportunity that's presented to you, and there's no guarantee that you're going to be back in this situation no matter how great you are. At the end of the day, this is a team sport, and Kyrie Irving, Derek Lively, Gafford, Derek Jones Jr., all these guys came together, PJ Washington, these guys came together at the right point, at the right time, and they really peaked, right? There's no guarantee this is going to happen again, especially while you're in your prime. So yes, not going to forget all the good things that Luka does for you, the offensive prowess, the offensive diversity in terms of his skill set, the different elements that he brings in terms of being a potent scorer. But just wanted to put that together, guys. Do leave your comments and your thoughts below, and we'll see what happens in Game 4.